Hey guys, what's up? So today I'll be bringing you one final video for 2021. Happy New Year to everyone out there. Hope you all had a great Christmas. And yeah. So down in the comments below of this video, tell me some albums that you're looking forward to in 2022. Maybe tell me about some movies you're looking forward to, or just what you're looking forward to in 2022 in general. Cracking open a Busch Light tonight. And yeah. Now, you're probably wondering, Max, why the hell are you dressed in all red? Well, today I will be giving you my top 15 favorite Red songs from the Christian hard rock band Red. I have done a video on these guys before in the past, just kind of on my history with the band and how I've been on and off with Christian music in general, rock, gospel, whatever. But now that I've graduated from Judson and had a good year my second year, and really just took the time that last year at college to really take some time to reset, I guess would be the best way to put it, and just try and be the best version of me that I can be. And yeah, because I am one sinful son of a bitch, I will tell you that right now. But as far as like music goes and that sort of thing, especially when it comes to like Christian music and stuff like that, started listening to Demon Hunter again. I gotta do a top 15 for them at some point next year, and started listening to Red again, and that's really the only two bands in Christian rock or metal that I listen to. Decipher Down is all right. They're not the best band in the world, but they're all right. Pillar's all right. Who's another band? 1,000 Foot Crutch has some songs that I like. I wouldn't necessarily call myself like a super fan of 1,000 Foot Crutch, but they are in that new metal vein, and they do it well for being a Christian band. So yeah. And Red is who we're going to be talking about today, if I didn't state that earlier in the video. Also, judging by my attire, that's who we're going to be talking about today. So yeah. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my top 15 songs. If you're a fan of this band, rather you have been a fan of Red for a long time, if you're a diehard Red fan, or if you're somebody who just kind of casually listens to Christian rock and metal, or whatever group you're in, feel free to leave your top 15 down in the comments below. So yeah, damn, 4 minutes in, and this is a long ass intro. All right, here we go. No more stalling. Here we go. Number 1 is Forever from Innocence and Instinct. Now, this song was included on the anniversary edition of the album when it turned 10 years old. And honestly, the more and more I think about it, Forever should have been on Innocence and Instinct in the first place. I don't know how other Red fans feel about that, but I think it would have made the album a lot better, because Forever is a really underrated song, and it's always a song from Red that I've always liked whenever I first heard about them. So, yeah. Alright, number 2. This song, I'm sure, has been overplayed to death. It's most likely one of Red's most overrated songs, but it's still a good song nevertheless. And that song is Breathe Into Me from End of Silence. This was one of my first Red songs, of course, End of Silence being my first Red album. And so, yeah, it's got a special place on this list because it's one of my favorite Red songs. And it's, again, even though it's overplayed to death at this point, and most likely, like I said earlier, one of the most overrated songs at this point, it's still a good song, and I can listen to it regardless. Number 3 is Shadows from Innocence Instinct. Now, me being a Breaking Benjamin fan, I love this song. Of course, it was co-written by Benjamin Burnley of Breaking Benjamin, and Ben really should co-write more often with Red. I know he's probably done it more than once, of course. I'm sure there's other songs out there by Red that he's probably co-wrote that probably aren't released, or maybe he's done some co-writing other than this song. But if he hasn't, he definitely should do some more co-writing, because I think when Breaking Benjamin and Red just kind of come together and just and start writing together, I think they end up making some really great songs. Also, the former Red guitarist is part of Breaking Benjamin, which he's been part of Breaking Benjamin for a couple of years now. Actually, probably a decade at this point. Who knows? But, yeah, so Shadows, man, great song, and one of my all-time favorites from Red, quite honestly. I don't know who else would have this as one of their all-time favorite Red songs, but it's definitely one of mine, so, yep. Alright, moving on with number 4, Sever from Declaration. Ever since Declaration came out, Sever's always been a song from that album that I return to the most. And Declaration has not held up very well at all. In my opinion, it's not one of Red's best albums. It's not bad, it's not terrible. Declaration was a good album, but it did not hold up very well. But yeah, so number 4 is Sever. Number 5 is Hemorrhage, which is a Fuel cover. This was on the Evening Hate EP, which was previously released before Declaration came out. It also featured some acoustic renditions of some songs from Declaration. And Hemorrhage, it would have been nice to see Hemorrhage on Declaration, because I know Red has done covers before in the past and have included covers on their albums. So I think having the Hemorrhage cover on Declaration would have been nice, would have been a nice bonus track, or a nice addition to the album. Either way, I'm glad we still have this cover, because Hemorrhage is just one of those post-grunge, alternative rock songs that you either love it or you hate it. And I wouldn't say I love the song, but I like it enough to where I listen to it a lot. I listen to Red's version, and I listen to Fuel's version. But honestly, I think Red's rendition of Hemorrhage is better than Fuel's. Now, I am a person who does enjoy cover songs, and sometimes I do enjoy covers over the originals. So, yeah, that's got something to do with it. But Hemorrhage, the Fuel cover that Red did, they did a great job with this cover, and I'm sure they'll do more covers in the future, but I hope they do more covers and add them to their studio albums. I'm not saying pull a Five Finger Death Punch and do like 1 or 2 covers on every album, like Five Finger Death Punch has been doing for the last, I want to say, 2 or 3 albums. I'm not saying do that at all, but I'm saying like every once in a while, add a cover to a studio album. So, yeah. Number 6 is AI from Gone. Now, Gone is definitely one of Red's weakest albums. And AI is the only song I return to from Gone. I don't know what it is about the song, but I've always enjoyed it. And I obviously enjoyed it enough to where it's made my list here. But yeah, Gone is, it's, again, just like Declaration, it's not bad, it's not great. It's a good album, but it's definitely one of Red's weakest. But AI is the bright light for me on Gone. So, yeah. Again, I don't know how other Red fans feel, but that's how I feel about Gone. So, yeah. Number 7 is Imposter from Of Beauty and Rage. Number 8 is Falling Sky from Of Beauty and Rage. Number 9 is Release the Panic from the album Release the Panic. This has always been one of my favorite songs from that album, and I think Release the Panic as a whole album, it's definitely overhated within the Red fan base. I must be one of the few people that like that album a lot, because I do enjoy it. I do like actually a handful of songs from that album. And yeah. So down in the comments below, let me know why Release the Panic is not as loved as other Red albums. I would love to know why, because I thought Red did a good job with that album, to be quite honest with you. Alright, number 11 is Let Go from End of Silence. Really good song here. And I can't remember if this is one of the more popular songs from the album, or if it's one of the lesser known songs, but you guys can let me know that down in the comments below. But the song Let Go has always been one of my favorites from End of Silence, and it was also one of 4 songs from that album that was my introduction to Red. So, yeah. Number 12 is Already Over from End of Silence. And they did do an acoustic version, which is Already Over Part 2. Now, personally, I like Part 1 over Part 2 better. I'm sure there's people that like the acoustic rendition better than Part 1, but I've always liked Already over the song Already Over Part 2. And I know that's probably a popular thing to say because Already Over is one of Red's most popular songs, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. Great song, though. Alright, number 13 is Wasting Time. This was another one of my first Red songs from End of Silence, and I think it's pretty underrated when it comes to End of Silence. I don't really see too many Red fans put it on their lists. I could be wrong, though, so again, feel free to correct me down in the comments below. But yeah, so Wasting Time is at number 13. Number 14 is Die For You from Release the Panic. I've actually been listening to Release the Panic a lot lately, and Die For You has always been one of my favorite, has become one of my favorites from Release the Panic as of late. And yeah, so it ended up making the list. Number 15, Same Disease from Release the Panic. This is the last song on my list. Love this song. Love the lyrics. And it's a really great song. I think Zach D Productions said something about Same Disease being one of his least favorite one of his least favorites from Release the Panic. Zach, you can tell me about that in the comments below. Shout out to Zach D Productions, by the way. But yeah, I don't really see too many people put Same Disease on their favorite songs of Red, or their best of Red lists, or whatever, but I think it's a good song, and yeah, so those are my top 15 favorite Red songs, the 2021 edition, and yeah, see you guys next time. Rock on.